Hello friends. So in the subject of rural and agricultural marketing, today we will discuss the topic opportunities in rural and agricultural markets. Under that, today we will discuss about social entrepreneurship in India. Social entrepreneurship is the process of bringing about social change on a major and more effective scale than a traditional non-governmental organization, that is NGO. They differ from NGOs in that they aim to make broad based long term changes instead of small scale and time limited changes. Furthermore, an NGO raises funds through events, activities, and sometimes products. However, raising money takes time and energy, which could be spent in direct working and marketing processes. Above all, social entrepreneurs consider the affected people as a part of the solution and not as a passive beneficiaries. Next one is the key role of India in a social entrepreneurship. Some well-known Indians become aware of the potential of social entrepreneurship quite early. One of them were the social entrepreneur Dr. Govindappa Venkataswamy, who established the well-known Arvind Eye Hospitals in 1976. He is best known for developing a high-quality, high-volume, low-cost service delivery model that has restored sights to millions of people in India. As a government servant, he helped develop and pioneer the concept of eye camps and received a Padma Shri from the government of India in 1973. Here, another Klaus Schwab, founder of the World Economic Forum and of the Schwab Foundation, pointed out in an interview with the Hindustan Times what he said. India has some of the most advanced and innovative social entrepreneurs. We believe and already see that many of the models developed in India, for instance, a rainwater harvesting for school pioneered by Barefoot College, are exported around the world. So this Squab Foundation and its Italian counterpart, the Jubilant Bharatiya Foundation, give the Social Entrepreneurship Award to prominent visionary Indian entrepreneurs every year. Let's get some details about this. Muskan, a fellowship program of the Jubilant Bharatiya Foundation, visualizes the capacity building of rural youth through experimental learning. So this is the logo of Squab Foundation for Social Entrepreneurship and Jubilant Bharatiya Foundation, a counterpart of Squab Foundation in India. As we have discussed about the award, so some of these winners and finalists of the Social Entrepreneur of the Year award included, let's see one by one. Very first, the Social Entrepreneur of the Year 2019, Social Entrepreneur of the Year India 2019 award winner, Shanti Raghavan and Dipesh Sutaria for Enable India from Bengaluru, Karnataka. You can see the image of Shanti Raghavan and Dipesh Sutaria receiving the award from the minister. So, Enable India. Yes, Enable India EI is rapidly building the Indian ecosystem of skilling, employment, and entrepreneurship for the person with disabilities. Through technology innovations, breakthroughs in skill trainings, new workplace solutions, and behavior change tools. By changing the mindset of 729 business houses and building framework of inclusion, in universities and government agencies, Enable India has created a robust business case for employing persons with disabilities in formal and informal sectors across India. Over 20 years, Shanti, Dipesh and their teams have cumulatively transformed the lives of 220,000 individuals with disabilities and their families, community leaders and employers across 28 states. That's unbelievable. Working across a wide bench of 14 disabilities, all Enable India trainee perform at par and receive salaries at par with their non-disabled peers. Through partnership with 200 non-profit organizations, Enable India is set to transform 1 million persons with disabilities as confident taxpayers, active citizens, and nation builders over the next 3 years. Kudos to Enable India. Next one. Social Entrepreneur of the Year India 2018 award winner, Prema Gopalan, for Swayam Shikshan Prayog SSP from Pune, Maharashtra. You can see the picture of Prema Gopalan receiving the award. So, what is Swayam Shikshan Prayog? It is revitalizing rural economies by putting women in charge. Working in areas affected by global climate change, it has unleashed women farmers, entrepreneurs, and grassroots business leaders who are solving the problems of their communities through small businesses. Over 2 decades, this has had a domino effect in 2,000 climate-threatened villages across 6 states of India. 90,874 women in drought and flood affected villages have set up enterprises in clean energy, sanitation, basic health services, nutrition, and safe agriculture. They, means Swayam Shikshan Prayog team, have transitioned from self-employment to diversify their ventures, aggregate into value chain, and mentor thousands of others to get on the path of entrepreneurship. 46,750 women have claimed their identities as farmers, and a majority have had deeds in their name. 900 women are recognized locally as climate resilience leader, and 500 are playing a role in local governance. Family income have increased by 45 to 55%, and 30,000 acres of arid land have been converted for organic farming and cultivation of food crops. SSP's grassroots women entrepreneurs are taking their communities forward as part of their business success. So, as SSP partners with the government to scale its model, it is demonstrating that investing in rural women entrepreneurs can be solid strategy for transforming India. Kudos to Team SSP. Next, finalist for Social Entrepreneur of the Year India 2018 award, Smita Ram and Ramakrishna NK for Rangde from Bengaluru, Karnataka. Rangde is a building bridges between India's credit-starved communities and citizen social investors. As the architect of India's first peer-to-peer lending platform, Rangde has blended elements of micro-lending with crowdfunding to transform 14,000 ordinary citizens into social investors and philanthropists. These ordinary founders have change makers have contributed more than 70 crore rupees for ultra poor families in the form of affordable and customized loan at 2 to 10% interest. Unbelievable. More than 65,000 families have had their health, education, and enterprise needs met through the Rang De model. And they have recorded 70% increase in income and 108% increase in savings. So kudos to Team Rang De. So next, Social Entrepreneur of the Year India 2017 award winner Urvashi Shahani for Study Hall Educational Foundation from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. Urvashi Shahani of Study Hall Education Foundation SHEF was awarded for her exceptional contribution in the field of education that includes empowers and builds leaders among India's most disadvantaged girls. Aided by technology, policy push and partnership with the state governments of Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, SHEF has scaled its model of education to 900 government schools, trained 5,000 government teachers, and impacted 150,000 girls directly and 270,000 girls indirectly in the hotbeds of poverty and gender discrimination. That's quite unbelievable. Kudos to Urvashi Shahani and team. And the next one, my personal favorite, finalist for Social Entrepreneur of the Year India 2017 award. Madhu Pandit Dasa for the Akshay Patra Foundation from Bengaluru, Karnataka. As you have seen, he was receiving the award for the former Rail Minister Suresh Prabhu. So, Madhu Pandit Dasa of the well-known the Akshay Patra Foundation founded it in the year 2000, with a mission that no child in India should be deprived of education because of hunger. Akshay Patra, Sanskrit name of Akshay Patra, the meaning in the Sanskrit is inexhaustible vessel. So Akshay Patra provides nutritious and hygienic meals to children in government schools through India's ambitious midday meal scheme. Today, Akshay Patra is the world's largest non-profit run midday meal program serving wholesome food every school day to over 1.8 million children from 19,039 schools across 12 states and 2 union territories of India. Can you believe it? To deliver meals on the time with the highest quality of hygiene, nutrition and culinary preferences across urban geographies, Akshay Patra has designed kitchen that operate on the backbone of the technology to produce 1 lakh meals per day with minimum human handling. It's amazing. Akshay Patra has 52 kitchens spread across 12 states and 2 union territories of India, and a result of the successful partnership with the government of India and various state governments and generous supporters. 13 out of Akshay Patra's kitchens, total kitchens, are ISO 22005 certified for excellence in food safety management system. Improvement strategies like Kaizen continual improvement project and Six Sigma are constantly being implemented in Akshay Patra's kitchen to ensure food safety, efficiency, and cost reduction. For its founder, Madhu Pandit Dasa, every child in school is a child free from labor. Under his leadership, Akshay Patra has scaled rapidly, setting an ambitious target to feed 5 million children by 2025. Excellent work by Akshay Patra Foundation. Brilliant. Next. Another important organization that is linked to India is Ashoka, which is the Global Association of the world's leading social entrepreneurs. Since 1981, they have elected over 2,000 leading social entrepreneurs as Ashoka Fellows, providing them with living stipends, professional support, and access to a global network of peers in more than 60 countries. Since 2003, Ashoka and the American Indian Foundation, that is AIF, have partnered to co-invest in a social entrepreneurs in India. This partnership has enabled Ashoka to increase the number of fellows elected in India to 250. Here you can see the logo of Ashoka. Next one. One example of highly motivated young Indians wishing to promote social entrepreneurship is Rikin Gandhi. You can see the picture of Rikin Gandhi in frame. After working for US space program as an aeronautical engineer, he decided to help Indian farmers with his project Digital Green. As you can see the logo of Digital Green, his foundation. The project is sponsored by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and interacts with different NGOs. It was first conceived as a project in Microsoft Research India's technology for emerging market in 2006 by Rikin Gandhi and his colleagues. It later branched out as an independent NGO in 2008. Digital Green's approach is preliminary a technology-enabled means of behavior change communication, which is cost-effective, scalable, and brings together researchers, development practitioners, and rural communities to produce and share locally relevant information through videos. Digital Green works across 7 states in India, parts of Ethiopia, Ghana, and Afghanistan. The organization engages over 150,000 farmers, in that over 70% women, and in more than 2,000 villages. That's extraordinary work. And therefore, Rikin Gandhi, the Chief Executive Officer of Digital Green, was awarded IFA Norman Borlaug Award by the International Fertilizer Industry Association in 2012. Well done. Next. There are some challenges that social entrepreneurs must address in India. And last we can see some challenges. First of all, bureaucracy and poor governance system in many parts of India hinder the growth of new entrepreneurs for the development of society. You can see that in India, the problem of bureaucracy and poor governance system, you can imagine that why so many young minds are leaving India. The reason is bureaucracy and poor governance system. So very first and common challenge. Second one, people are not much aware about the concept of social entrepreneurship, especially youth who are the main source of innovation. Unfortunately, Indian youth don't idea about such concept that are viable in all around the world, and in underdeveloped countries also, but unfortunately Indian youth are not aware about it. So that is one of the major challenges. Next one, they mean social entrepreneurs often face situations that are unpredictable and constantly changing and hard to control. So in the country of in the countries like India, you can imagine, you can't imagine the problems, and all the problems and situations are unpredictable and constantly changing. So it is too hard to control, to deal with. And although there are many opportunities in India, in Indian welfare sector, most social entrepreneurs still focus on traditional areas like education and healthcare. So social entrepreneurship does not mean to work in a education and healthcare only. So we have to look beyond these two concepts also. And at the end, what we can do, we can only hope for more development in this area of social entrepreneurship. So thank you very much for joining me, and thank you very much for your time, uh, for watching this video. Stay tuned for more such videos, especially for the students of MBA and management students. uh, Stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you very much.